So here we go, guys. This is 2,000 points of Harlequins, and I am very impressed at how much more I can actually fit in with even just minor point reductions. So it's very similar to the force that you would usually see me play, apart from I dropped the Troop Master, chucked in another Jester, and one or two Quins, and now I've got that. So the only way I could actually make it up to 2,000 was if I took my third Shadow Seer, which I haven't decided to do. So this is going to be the Mask of Soaring Spite, and with a number of changes, this mask can play incredibly quick. They basically ignore the penalty to assault weapons if they advance. Granted, Prismatic and Haywire are now assault weapons. That's pretty damn good. Everybody inside the transports also treats their weapons as being assault, which means a squad of 5 fusion pistols wouldn't certainly not go amiss. So I have a Spearhead, same as Lucy, and I have a Battalion. So if I'd squeezed one more HQ in, I could have gotten an extra command point as I've got the extra elites, but nevertheless, relics. So this purple haired Shadow Seer is going to be the Warlord, and she's going to take Falchu's Talon as the relic. His Warlord trait will be Player of Twilight, which means essentially she gets 1 free reroll, and every time you or your opponent spend a stratagem, roll a dice, and if the dice equals the number of command points that stratagem costs, I gain that many. Now, stratagems are a big thing for Harlequins. There's so much versatility in them, and expect me to see quite a lot going on. As for psychic powers, I'm going to take a Mirror of Minds on her, and Webway Dance, which is a 6-up Feel No Pain essentially. The other one is going to take Veil of Tears, which is -1 to hit. And we'll go for Fog of Dreams on that one, which makes the enemy unit -1 to hit. So if they target the same unit that I cast on, that would be -2 to hit. So there's going to be a lot of debuffs in this game. So that is Warlord traits, Psychic Powers, and Relics. We have, of course, a Troop Master with Fusion Pistol and Kiss. The 2 Shadow Seers just with their Hallucinogen Grenade Launcher. The Relic, actually, I've spent a command point to take Segarak's Rose on the Solitaire. It's a flat 3 damage and he gets reroll wounds, because the chances of a Troop Master keeping up with him isn't great. So the fact that he can now reroll wounds himself is pretty good. We've then, of course, got 3 Death Jesters. Yep, 3. We've got a unit of 5 Troop with 5 Fusion Pistols, 4 Caress, and 1 Blade. We've got a unit of 5 more with 4 Fusion Pistols and 4 Kiss, and then 1 with Blade and Shuriken Pistol. And then we've got the last unit of 7. And there's a mix of things in there. I think there's 4 Kiss and 1 Embrace, and then the rest are just standard, basically as points filler. We've got these guys, a unit of 3 Bikers, which have Shuriken Cannons and Zephyr Glaives. We've got these 3 Bikers which have got Haywire Cannons, which might be a little bit helpful against that Soul Grinder. We've then got, of course, 3 Star Weavers with dual Shurikens, 3 Void Weavers with dual shuriken and prismatic cannon. And then of course, maybe it was a waste, but I'm going to try it out. This is my count as Webway Gate. You've probably seen it as scenery previously, but until I get my built-in painted, this is going to be the stand-in. And that is it. That is a whole massive mouthful, but let's slay some Slaanesh demons and see who has the last laugh. Okay guys, here we go. This is 2,000 points of Slaanesh demons making their debut on the channel, of course against the Harlequins. So Lucy has a battalion and an outrider. Because she's already started giggling, I'm going to go through what's here. So the battalion has 3 units of 10 demonettes, each with a horn and each with a banner. She's only got the 30 painted up at the moment, but she does have more that she's currently working on. And then for HQ, we have a Herald on Steed, which of course is the Age of Sigmar boob snake, but with a Herald on top. That Herald has took Delightful Agonies as her psychic power. We also have a Demon Prince with dual Malefic Talons, who is going to be the Warlord. He has took Symphony of Pain psychic power. He's took the Mark of Excess, which means he's got 8 attacks now, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then he's going to be wounding the Harlequins on 2s because they're only toughness 3 for 2 damage apiece. So that's going to be really tasty. But the Mark of Excess, every time he kills a character, he gets an extra attack. Well, he only needs to get 3 attacks through each of my characters to kill them. And of course I do have an invulnerable save, but to get around that, Lucy has decided to take the Warlord trait, Fatal Caress. For each time he rolls a 6+ to wound, it does a mortal wound in addition to the damage, which is horrific. So that is 2 HQs. We've then got a Soul Grinder. We have, and that's with a claw and sword. We've got an Exalted Seeker Chariot, and we've got a Seeker Chariot. Those 2, in conjunction with the Mask of Slaanesh, make up actually the Spearhead Detachment. And then the fast attack slot is a Hellflare, 10 Seekers with 1 banner and 1 Hornblower in there. So although there may be 2, there is actually only 1. Right, so it's actually the Raptress Standard. And what that means is anybody with the demonic icon, the icon is upgraded to the Rapture Standard. In addition to its normal ability, the power of the banner can be used once per battle, and it allows you to re-roll all failed hits made for the bearer's unit. So of course she's gone for the unit with the most attacks. Although there is only 10 demonettes in the squad, you then also got 20 attacks from the Seekers as well, and it made more sense to put them on them. And then finally, we were going to use this girl as a keeper of secrets, but this is everything that Lucy's got painted 40k wise for the Slaanesh. So it's actually Zaraknil, I think is how you pronounce it. She has 3 psychic powers altogether. She knows 2 and Smite, so she's took Delightful Agonies and Hysterical Frenzy. Delightful Agonies, of course, with the Herald there as well, is basically a 6-up ignore damage. Hysterical Frenzy allows somebody to fight again, and Symphony of Pain that is on the Demon Prince means that your opponent must subtract 1 from all their hit rolls. So it's an incredibly fast moving force. The Demonettes and the Soul Grinder are basically the slowest things in it, but there's a lot of dice that's going to be chucked backwards and forwards here. So let's find out what happens in this epic clash. Right guys, so welcome back after deployment, and it's a mission of cleanse and control. We've got objective 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6 is up here. Of course it is hammer and anvil deployment, very aptly so for 2 incredibly fast moving armies. And it's going to be brutal. There's going to be lots of blood and clashes in the middle. I placed the first objective and ended up placing the first unit as a result of Lucy determining the table sides. And I placed the Webway Gate 12 inches away from the enemy deployment zone. It's daft because I can move faster. It's there for fun. So I put the squad of 7 Harlequins in reserve. We've got the Shuriken Bikers Void Weaver Haywire Bikers. This Star Weaver is filled with the Solitaire, the 3 Death Jesters, and the remaining Shadow Seer that is not the Warlord. In the blue one, we have 5 troops with 4 Kisses and the Troop Master with the Fusion. In the purple one, we've got the 5 Fusion and the Warlord Shadow Seer. And of course the 2 remaining Void Weavers. Meanwhile, on this side, Lucy has attempted to bubble wrap Zara. By basically putting enough models close enough so that I can't even charge through the Demonettes to get to her.
And there's 2 separate units of Demonettes.
Yeah, so one up to there divided by the banner and the hornblower, and the second unit across here. The Seekers, the big 10-man unit, obviously covering the back and bubble wrapping the Herald a little bit. The Soul Grinder protecting the rear of the Demon Prince because she's a princess and has a pretty booty. And of course the other unit of Demonettes basically screening at the front. We've got the Seeker Chariot here, the Exalted Seeker Chariot at the back, and the Hellflare at that side. So as it stands, I do get +1 to the roll because I did finish deploying first, despite having more units because I've got 5 in 1. So Lucy doesn't get +1 to the roll, but I do. Which means I automatically go first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to seize?
No.
You don't want to seize?
No.
No, because as it stands, 24 inches is like there. So none of my guns are within range. So I have to move forward.
And you're -1.
To hit you?
No, you're not.
No, because of the assault weapons, which is great news now. So let's move into turn 1 and see what cards the Harlequins draw. Okay guys, here we go. So this is the cards for turn 1. We've got Blood and Guts, Big Game Hunter, and Secure Objective 3. Now we have done our movement. I forgot to mention as well, I did spend 2 command points to make the Troop Master the Great Harlequin, which gives him reroll 1s to hit. So,
Great Harlequin.
the Great Harlequin.
You have to say it with more.
The Great Harlequin.
No.
So the Void Weavers jumped up here, the Shuriken Bikers have moved up behind, and the the Haywire Cannon Bikers, now that they're Assault D6, are going for that Soul Grinder.
Oh, what's Stan ever done to them?
Stan the Soul Grinder.
Yep.
Okay. The Troop Master.
Wait, no.
What?
Can they get to him?
Can't go out and shoot him.
Well, like, I thought it was a character.
Oh no, the Demon Prince is the character. The Soul Grinder's not. And even then he's got more than 10 wounds, which is why I can target her. But you've been really, really clever because my Warlord is in this one. And that Star Weaver has a 28-inch move, Lucy.
That was total coincidence. Honestly, I did not.
I genuinely, because you know the fusion pistols are range 6, right? If I have to be an inch away from these, and I have measured it to try and do it, and I hadn't realised that she'd done it, even if I'm an inch away from these Demonettes, she's 6.5 inches away, so I can't shoot her with the fusion pistols, which is absolutely what I would have done. Interestingly enough, I could only just get to this side of the rock, and I couldn't target that. Couldn't get quite far enough over here. So Lucy actually playing smart and deploying back from the line because she knows how fast these are. So of course these have advanced. I'm going to spend a point on them, and I should have declared it when I moved it, but we did it off camera. I'm going to use Prismatic Blur on them. So because they advanced, they now have a 3-up invulnerable save.
Cheeky.
So that is, I believe Prismatic Blur is 1 command point. I don't get a command point back. No.
Do I not get to try more for them?
No, you don't have that. You took lots of pretty Warlord traits to generate more attacks. Shadow Seer jumped out and has leapt into here. This is the one with the Death Jesters in, so I'm hopefully going to be able to pepper lots and lots of dice against these Demonettes. Lots of Shuriken Cannons coming in. I've moved the Void Weavers up, and for lack of a better target, I've kept my Warlord Star Weaver back just for the moment, waiting for that opportune moment. Something else I could have done is I could have left the Solitaire out, moved me 3 inches from deployment, moved me 12, blitzed me 2d6 plus me d6 inch charge run, then still charge.
See, but back
However,
then though, he'd have been so haggard and knackered, he would have just been seeing stars instead of being able to get anything. Out of breath, with sweat pouring out of him, the lot.
but at least he'd have been laughing. So,
Shit.
anyway, can't get the solitaire in here, can't get the solitaire in there, can't get the solitaire in there. One model on a 32mm base, Lucy, and you bubble wrapped so well I can't even get to your characters.
That was the point. The plan.
So I do have a psychic phase. So these guys can now cast 2 powers.
Where is the tape measure?
You're within 24 easily. Because it's 24 in 40k, not 18.
Just learned that right now.
And it's going up to 30 in Age of Sigmar, Lucy.
It is.
So she's going to cast Veil of Tears on these,
Yep.
which is -1 to hit them.
Right.
It's casting value 7, I fail it, I'm not spending a command point to do that. And then I'll smite for, in fact what I should have done was tell that unit to be at -1 to hit. Anyway, smite is D3 mortal wounds.
Whoa.
Oh sorry, I only rolled a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and stop it. You roll a 5, you don't beat it unfortunately. So 2 of these girls die. Okay, so new weapon coming up and I'm going for Big Game Hunter. Haywire cannons. You only ever used these once and they were heavy, you couldn't advance and fire them. Now you can advance and fire them, and now they're not D3 shots, Lucy. Each one is D6 shots. So I get, what's that, 11, 12? No, 11.
It's 3 now, what you're looking at.
It's 11 shots altogether, as soon as I get the rest of my dice out. Now, I am hitting on 4 threes because I don't suffer the penalty. That's still a fair few misses. But, is my Great Harlequin within 6? He is, so I can re-roll that 1.
That's the 2.
Oh,
Yep, made it. You know, some of these could be actually related.
they probably are.
Yeah.
So, the 6s are bad. Now, Lucy could have used the stratagem at this point to increase the Soul Grinder's invulnerable save. But, I said it beforehand, it's up to you because they do mortal wounds.
It's Warp Surge, it's called.
Yep, so for each 6 roll to wound, it's D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
In addition to any other damage. Well, it's only strength 4. So, toughness 7 on the Soul Grinder. So, and they are -1 save. So basically that is 3 D3 mortal wounds plus 2. So that's 3, 4, 5,
Strength 8.
6, 7. Right, so 7 mortal wounds, toughness 7. So 7 mortal wounds and then 5 saves, Lucy.
Oh dear. Oh, he hasn't even moved, bless him.
What, has he got a better armor save? Oh yeah, he's got an armor save with a 3+.
Yeah.
So you've got 4+ save on 5 dice. And there's the computer update. So 2 plus the 7 mortal wounds means you've lost 9 of your 14. Drops him to 5.
He'll shake it off.
Well, he gets a wound back every turn.
There you go. Come on, Stan.
So I'm going to put some other bits and pieces of fire in. Lots of shuriken cannons forward. We'll get this one off camera though. Right, so small arms fire from the shuriken cannons here and the prismatic cannon. Killing a couple more of these demonettes. The prismatic cannon going for Stan and not doing anything, unfortunately. Next up, I'm going to use this Star Weaver to target the Seekers.
And I've used 2 command points to Warp Surge, which is that I can't really roll the save, but I can +1 to its invul.
So then you've got a 4 save, which is a smart thing to do on that rather than the demonettes because they've got 2 wounds each and that's a 20 wound squad. Right, so do I get 2 command points back? No, I roll a 1, which is a shame.
You should lose 1 now.
Right, if you don't mind, because all my weapons are the same profile, right, I'm going to fire both shuriken cannons from this, both from that, and both from that, all into your Seekers.
Cool.
Can't have to do them separately because of the re-rolls. So, 4 shuriken cannons here, into your Seekers.
Yep.
So 3s re-roll and 1s.
Oh.
That reroll 1's handy. Whoa!
Consistent.
Seekers, I think they're only toughness 3 still, aren't they?
Yeah.
2s, wow! 4 1s. So 3 4-ups, Lucy. Makes them all. You made it 5 ups anyway. So the next one, the Void Weaver. In fact, both Void Weavers will now shoot at it. But what I'm going to do, I think this back one is out of range. Yeah, the back one's out of range of Zara. So this one is going to use the D3 shots at Zara. This one will use the D6 shots at the Seekers.
Yep.
So 12 shots with Shuriken Fire. Not re-rolling the ones because I'm not within 6 of the Great Harlequin. The Great Harlequin.
That was better.
So 7 saves.
Any AP?
No, well yes, but you don't care. Wow, you
That
failed
was
1.
a 6. Oh,
You failed 1.
I did.
So 1 Seeker takes 1 wound. D6 shots. 1.
Didn't knock it all that.
Hits. It wounds. Don't care about the AP.
Ooh. Yes!
She passes it. Unbelievable. And then the D3 shots at Zara. 1 shot. Hits. Fails to wound. I'll let it pass. That is almost all of my shooting, Lucy.
Yes, I don't like the almost part.
Almost.
That sounded very ouchy.
Hallucinogen grenade launch, I believe, was range 18. It is. So she's going to shoot her hallucinogen grenade launcher at these demonettes.
Yep.
She hits. Oh, sorry, it's 2 dice. And beat your leadership. Your leadership 7 on them. I know this because you're 10 if you're within range of her. So that's an 8. And you suffer D3 mortal wounds because I beat your leadership.
Ouch.
For 1. So, do you want to kill your leader or your hornblower?
Which one? Let us bring Bug back. Yeah, I'll take the hornblower.
Okay.
What's next?
1 shuriken pistol from that squad, from in there to them.
Yep.
Hits. And it wounds. It would be -4, but you don't care.
No.
So now your leader's got to go. Because obviously you want to leave that one alive, don't you?
No.
Okie doke. So next, I'm going to fire the Death Jesters.
Oh dear. Who's he going
In
for?
fact, not just yet. She's inside there, the other shadow, no, Shadow Sea is over there. No. All 3 Death Jesters can't shoot him because I haven't killed this girl.
I thought they were.
Death Jesters can.
Oh,
So they hit on 2s, they all hit.
yep.
I'm strength 6, Demon Prince is a toughness 6, so I need 4s.
Yep.
Can you check the Demon Prince's saves, please? Because if he has a better save than an Invun, it makes a little bit of a difference. Right, so the Demon Prince does have a 3-up armor save, Lucy, so you have to take 1 3-up against that, which she fails, drops him to 8 wounds, oh sorry, 7 wounds.
Yep.
And then you've got 4 invulnerable saves to make. She passes 1, so he's lost 4 wounds, he's down to now only 4.
Ouchie, ouch.
And that is all of my shooting. No, it's not. I've got 1 Star Weaver left to fire. That one at the back is going to shoot that squad of demonettes.
Yep.
3 wounds. So 2 die. It was this squad here at the back. So, charge phase. What is the charge distance needed? I need a 10 to make it to the Demon Prince, but I'm also going to charge the Demonette, which is an 8.
Yep.
Because I'm 7.5 inches away.
No, you're not.
And I'm going to command point the 1. That's an 8. So I just make it to her.
Hi.
but obviously I've still declared the Demon Prince. So I'm now going to pile in, and I can only get one lot to attack the Demon Prince.
Yep.
But I'm also going to spend, I think it's 1 command point, and it's very interesting, Lucy, because it's specifically for when you target a Slaanesh unit. And I get to reroll all failed hits and wounds.
How many?
Well, I got 6 attacks against...
0 points.
Oh, 1. And I roll a 6. If you were a Tau player, you'd have had that back, Lucy. 6 attacks on this lonely demonette. So the 1s miss. It's strength better than your toughness. Oh wait, reroll hits for the stratagem, so they still miss, and then reroll wounds for the stratagem. So you have 4 saves to make of a 5+. No, so your demonette is dead. But I've now got 3 attacks against the Demon Prince. Reroll the hit. I'm strength 3 base. The Zephyr Glaive is +1, makes me strength 4. Your toughness 6, I need 5s. Rerolling. 1 wound. It's -2, so you're on a 5-up run here. You can spend a command point. It's 2 damage, which would leave you on 2 wounds. You can command point to keep him alive.
No, I'll do it next time.
No?
No.
Not spending it?
I'm gonna have at least 2 more left, so...
And then what you thinking? You can wrap round him next turn, or potentially?
I don't know yet, but I'm not gonna... With him still having 2 after this, so...
Yeah. Now, you do have the chance to do some serious damage here, because I totally forgot about everything that you get, right? So Demon Prince has 4 attacks base.
Yep.
You get 3 additional for having dual claws, and you get 1 additional for the Mark of Excess.
Yep.
So you've got 8 attacks. Now Demon Prince hits on 2s in combat, Lucy, and he has a rule that lets him reroll 1s.
Yes, he does. Thank you for that.
Okay, and I believe he's strength 7.
Yep.
And I am toughness 4, so 3. Oh! I also forgot you were at -1 to hit me. But don't think you rolled any 2s. If you did,
I think I did.
So I'm just gonna roll these. Each one of these is 2 damage.
Oh, see.
My bikes are 3 wounds, so every 2 that I fail kills a bike. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 2 bikes dead. I will spend a command point now to reroll one of these.
Yep.
Still dead. Do I get the command point back? No.
Nope. That's a lot of 3s.
So I've lost straight away 2 bikers. Now I maybe shouldn't have charged the ones with the haywire in, because I need them to shoot. But it was worth a go to try and get rid of that Demon Prince. Yep. Right, so caught that just in time. I did have Prismatic Blur in effect, which means I had a 3-up in run, so only 2 wounds went through. And obviously my command point spending to reroll wouldn't matter. So, what do I score? Well, I score Blood and Guts for killing something in the assault phase. And I secure objective 3, but I don't score Big Game Hunter. Very, very close to getting that, so I'm going to keep hold of it. So that scores me 2 points plus First Blood. Now, let's move into Lucy's Slaanesh turn 1. Right, so turn 1, Lucy has drawn Priority Orders Received, and she's getting secure objective 1, so the Warlord's got a secure objective 1. She's got Master the War, cast a Sight Power. Well, that should be easy enough because you've got Lords. And secure objective 2, which is on her side. So the Demon Prince has retreated. He is like literally there, but wings won't allow us to place him quite properly. So technically he's contesting this one at the minute. So Lucy's Soulgrinder hasn't moved. She's going to try and take them out. The Seeker Chariot is going to hopefully lash them. Over this side, the Demonettes are going to secure objective 2. But the Hellflare and this squad of Demonettes getting really big advance rolls, coming all the way up here to try and charge the Void Weaver. Zara's hopefully going to take on both these Star Weavers, and if the Demonettes can pile around far enough, I might not be able to get any out. Rookie mistake. And then of course the Seekers are in the middle, which can go either way to potentially either take out the bikes, or if Lucy does well enough with the Soul Grinder and stuff, potentially try and do some damage to these. The Herald hiding up in the middle as well. So straight in with the Psychic phase. Let's see what Lucy's going to do. Right, so kicking it off. Lucy wants rid of these, so she's going to smite with a Demon Prince, needing a 5. Double 6, which means you peril, but it is D6 mortal wounds.
What?
You do D6 mortal wounds to me.
Oh.
But you take D3.
Right.
That's the problem. Before you roll,
Yeah.
because if you roll a 3, 4, 5 or 6, you're dead.
Right.
So do you want to spend a command point to re-roll one of them 6s so you don't peril?
Yes.
So 10. So it's D3 mortal wounds on these.
Are you just going to try and stop it?
Well, I'm going to say I'll get a command point back.
On a 1?
Your re-roll is 1 command point. However many command points you're...
Yeah, but you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I thought it was only 6 you got back on.
No, it's on whatever the cost of the command point is. The stratagem, sorry.
That's cheeky.
I know.
Right, D3 mortal wounds. 1.
1. So you drop that one down to 2 wounds.
Yep.
Of course I'm taking that one. Your Herald is now closest to these, so see if the Herald can do it.
Smite. 6 on me now.
Yep, so 7. I'll try and stop that with my Shadow Seer. And I don't.
D3. Do 1.
1 drops him down to 1. Zara's Smite, however, will hit this Star Weaver.
Yep, this one I need a 7. Oh.
You get a 10.
Are you going to try? Can you not?
I don't think she can stop 2 now. So D3. 2. That's awfully convenient, Lucy, you know, seeing as I've got minus to hit modifiers, I've got invulnerable saves. But Zara can cast 2 more powers, can't she?
Yes, and first we are going to go with Delightful Agonies. Just saying that's Lucy chills.
Oh.
Has a casting value of 5. If manifested, select a friendly Slaanesh demon within 18 inches of the Seeker until your next Psychic phase, roll a D6 each time the model in that unit loses a wound on a 6+. The model does not lose
So
a wound.
you could put it on her, you could put it on the Seekers. She does have a 4 up and then a 3 up in combat.
Yeah.
But I can target her, that's the problem, and I've got a lot of fusion pistols there.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on her.
Cool, so
Try to.
5. And you get it on a 10, I can't stop it. Okay, so because of the damage on this Soul Grinder and these being at -2, he can't actually hit them with his shooting weapons. So Lucy decided to shoot here, and unfortunately, despite getting 2 hits and wounds with the Harvester Cannon and D3 damage, she only rolled a 1 for each of them. And then the Flame Bombardment would have killed one outright had that first one gone through. So altogether, I lost 1 bike.
Yeah, better than now.
Lashes here didn't do anything to them, and the Lashes there didn't do anything to them. So it's up now to the charge phase, and I'm going to have quite a bit of Overwatch here, but I'm guessing she is going to declare against both of them.
Yep.
It's 12 shots, 6s, rerolling 1s. So 2 hits. She's toughness 7, so I need 5s.
2 hits?
2 hits. 6s.
Oh yeah.
But I don't even wound. So charge distance, Lucy. Yeah, she's in there. Straight across there.
Yeah.
And then the Demonettes are going to charge. You're getting +1 because of your... So that's a 7. So you can get right round to here.
I certainly can.
Which means... we'll place them in a second. Which means you're probably going to stop me from being able to deploy. Bad Harry.
And could I go through your...
No.
No, I didn't think so. Oh.
You can charge that at that, but you can't go through it.
That's what I was thinking, because they do damage on the charge, don't they?
Yep. So we'll pile them into there in a few seconds. Where's this going?
You know it's going to go for the 2 bikes too.
These ones?
Yeah.
Right. Now I do get Overwatch with them. 1 hit. 1 wound, 1 5 up. So she takes 1 wound, Lucy, but you're in with that charge.
Yep.
And then I'm guessing your Soul Grinder's going in?
Yes.
Oh look, he's in.
It was 2 inches.
And then, where do these want to go?
I'm going to risk to go straight ahead.
Right.
The bikes there, because I do feel that the Soul Grinder and the Chariot can take them. One's only got 1 wound left. So, and the Soul Grinder's pretty
Pretty nice in combat.
Yeah.
So I get nothing, but I can reroll the 1. So I get no hits, and these are adding quite a bit of their charge. So we'll pile all of that in, and then see what Lucy's going to attack with first. Right, so now that we've piled all them in, and it's unlikely I'm going to be able to get anybody out of that, because I'm a rookie and made some bad mistakes. Lucy is going to spend 2 single command points now.
Yep, I'm going to use Lotus of Grace and Aurora of... I'm not going to tell myself.
What is it? Acquiescence. So what that means is any enemy units within 3 inches of Zara are at -1 to hit.
Yeah, because I'm putting it on her.
It also means that any friendly Slaanesh units within 6 inches of Zara, if they roll a 6 to wound, generate an extra attack. But even after all of that, you're not going first with that, are you?
No. I'm going to go with
Stan the Soul Grinder.
But I've just lost his...
Because she's worried that I interrupt and potentially kill one of these, because technically she only has to kill 1 model to be able to control this.
Yep.
So
and I'm going to go with his warp sword. Ooh.
You've either got the sword or you've got the warp claw.
I don't know, I think I might go with his sword first.
But you get one or the other. So you can re-roll failed hit rolls with the sword, or you can make 2 attacks.
No, I'm going to...
Well, the sword's 3 damage, so you want that.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's got 3 attacks altogether.
Yep.
Weapon skill.
4+.
But you're at -1 to hit me in general because of the psychic power. But you can re-roll failed hits with the sword. So just the 1 hit.
Yep.
Strength 8, so 2's to wound me.
Yay!
That's a wound, and I've got 3 up invulnerable because of prismatic blur, which I fail. Unfortunately, it does kill the 1-on-1 wound. So I will now go back, and I feel like I'm going to spend wait there. Do I get 2 command points? No, I don't. Now I'm going to spend 2 command points to interrupt with these bikers here. So do I get 2 against the Seekers?
Right.
So I now have 6 attacks, and I've just realised I have played the Great Harlequin slightly wrong. It's re-roll hit rolls of a 1 in the combat phase, not the shooting phase. So I apologise about that first turn of shooting. I don't think it made too much difference though.
I'll let you off.
So these are now going to attack them. So of course I roll 3 2s. And I should have, you know what, I'm going to spend that stratagem to re-roll hits and wounds. So re-roll them hits, and then re-roll those wounds and roll those wounds. Re-roll that. Right, so I've got 5 wounds altogether.
Yep.
You are at, you don't care about it, but you've got a 5 up invulnerable save, and each one is 2 damage. So for each one you fail, you lose in a Seeker.
No, it's just now when I spent... Oh, I haven't spent my command point.
You can use the warp surge if you want now, because I've targeted them. So you can use warp surge for another 2 command points to increase it to
I'm
a 4.
going to have to.
Okay.
So I like them.
So with that, do I get 2 command points back? Nope. That was a pass, and then 1 more. So you only lose 1.
Ooh.
Luckily, 1 was on 1 wound, wasn't he?
It was. That was the... Oh, I wanted to follow that. Right. I'm going to come back with... Oh, shit. It's all my gold value now.
All of you, I can't do nothing else now.
Right, I'm going to start one end with the chariot here.
So this is a Seeker chariot.
It is indeed.
So the girl on top is going to get the swing and attack, as well as the Seekers themselves. So she has 5 attacks. She's weapon skill 3, but you're at -1. Yep. Strength.
Use a
Strength 4. So force to wound from toughness 4.
That's 3.
Now your piercing claws would give a minus AP.
Yes.
But I don't care.
Wait, it's every time you make a wound roll of a 6+ for this weapon hits is resolved with a -4.
Yeah, but I don't care.
You don't.
Because that happens. I will now spend a command point to re-roll. Which I still fail. Do I get that 1 back? No, I don't. Wow. So I did get some back. but I've just spent 3 there. So because I've got some back, I'm actually now still got 4 command points.
The Seeker. Lash and Tongues.
So you've got how many attacks?
Additional 4.
Yep, 4 attacks. You could do it. 1 hit because the 3 misses, unfortunately. Strength 4. That's 1 more wound.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
What? Down to 1 wound. So it doesn't matter though because you technically.
Oh, I could have charged my demon prince back in and being on 1 wound.
You can't. You couldn't charge it. You could have left him there.
Yeah.
But.
Right, I'll go with. I'll go with the.
Seekers?
Yeah.
Or Zara?
Go with the Seekers.
So with the Seekers, you've got your leader and then 3 other guys. So your leader has 3 attacks and the 3 others have 2, 6, 9 attacks.
You ready?
Hitting on 3s.
Can I reroll? No.
You don't necessarily need to because you've got quite a lot of dice here. But any 6s to wound generate extra attacks. Right, so Seekers are strength 3, but there's a herald within 6 inches, which means Lucy gets +1 strength. She's strength 4, toughness 4, wounded on 4s. And the 6s to wound generate extra attacks, so you get to make an additional 3 attacks, Lucy.
Yep. No.
There you go. So it was worth it. So that's 5 saves I've got to make on them.
Yep.
Now, of course, Peace and Claws would be -4 or whatever.
Yep.
But in run. So 2 go through, that's 2 damage on 1 biker. Now, you've got 8 attacks with the Seekers themselves because each one has 2 attacks.
Yep. This is the tongues, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the lash and tongues. Right.
You still hit on 3s. They are strength 4, they're now strength 5. Sorry, they're not. They are strength 4 because it's the weapon itself. Either way, 2 6s mean you get to make 2 more attacks. Both hit. 1 more wound.
Another 5.
1, 2, 3. Leaves 1 bite on 1 wound.
Ooh. Oh, you took that one so she can't reach.
Well, yeah. Of course.
Right, next I'll go with the Keeper.
So Zara herself, she gets to make an additional amount of attacks with her sword as well. Her sword's pretty brutal. Soul Eater Blade, is it?
It is, yes. Each time you make a wound roll, the 4+ for this weapon and inflicts 3 mortal wounds instead of its normal damage.
And how many attacks do you have?
I'm unwounded, so I have 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weapon skill is 2+. So what do you want to do? Do you want to put maybe 4 attacks on this one and 2 on that because your demonettes are there?
Yeah, so this will be the 4.
Yeah. 1 miss.
She can pretty much do what Harlequins could do. She can fall back and still charge.
Yep. She's massive. She's beastly. She's 666 points because she is the devil.
Yeah.
So she is strength 7. So you wound him. The Starweaver's on 3s, but a 4 causes them all. Oh!
Should we re-roll command point?
Ah, the 3 still wounds.
Oh, does it?
The 3 still wounds.
Command point.
So that's 2 wounds.
At -4.
Right.
Oh.
I don't get the command point back. I don't care about your AP, but this is 3 damage each, isn't it?
Yep.
So I have to pass them both. I pass 1, I fail 1. So that Starweaver is down to 3 wounds, but you've got 2 more attacks against the other one.
Is the other one already wounded, or is them died?
It's already wounded, it's on 4 wounds. So 2 attacks
2
left.
2s.
Both hit. Fishing for 4s. Right, so first of all, this one fails.
Yep.
This one does 3 mortal wounds,
Yep.
but you roll a 6 to wound, which means you get an extra attack because you used your stratagem, which misses.
Yep.
But is that in addition or instead of?
Instead of.
Right, so that drops it to 1 wound, but you've then got the Demonette to attack back as well. So let's see what she does with the Demonette. Okay, so Demonette's there, 21 attacks from that unwounded squad.
3s. 6s. So that is 1, 2,
No, your 6 is the wound that you're looking for.
Oh,
It's really weird because it's the other way around in Sigmar. It's your 6 is to hit.
yeah.
Which is where Lucy's getting confused with.
And that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
And then to wound your strength 3, but your +1 because of the herald makes your strength 4, you're still needing 5s. But 6s,
Like them too.
3.
But they hit anywhere.
So that's 5, 6, that's 8 saves I've got to make anywhere. But you get an extra 3, yeah. So 2 hits, 5s to wound. Now that 6 in itself doesn't generate an extra 1.
Yeah.
So
that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at minus. Well, you don't.
I nearly passed them.
That is a really good save normally.
Honestly, right, if Zara hadn't done the mortal wounds, I'd have been alive. So does it explode? No. Now, this is the problem. Look, I can probably get 2 guys in there, and that's it. Okay, so after all of that, I could only get 2 troop out, and that's not good.
Didn't go for them either.
Oh no, I didn't. There, they're fine, thankfully. Forgot about that actually. Because my warlord's got a relic where I don't roll for it.
Oh.
Lucy did 2 wounds to that. She generated an extra attack with the bladed axle. Managed to get 2 wounds through altogether, and I passed 1 of my saves. And of course, Demonettes made a mess
There
of
was 2
that.
damage for one of the weapons that I got through.
Yeah. I reminded Lucy about the banner that we spent the command points on to reroll all failed hits and wounds. But she's going to save it because she's hoping that she can maybe use it to a bit more effect because it's only once per battle. So I now get to swing back with not a lot of stuff. So he's now going to swing back against the Soul Grinder. So I get 1 hit and I don't wound. And this one has already attacked. This will now hit
minus 1 to hit.
because of your thing. So 5s. Oh, I hit all 3 times. And I wound twice. No AP. But Zara's got 3 up invulnerable in combat. It was only 2, but you failed all 3. But you've got a 6 up, feel no pain. Nope, so she takes 2 wounds. She's down to 18, so we'll put a white 2 on there to represent that she's lost 2 wounds. And that is it.
You're not coming back with it?
I've got the Void Weaver there. I should have heroic intervention with her, but I didn't think there was space to get her through. So never mind about that. But
2 troops separate, the thing not fight.
no, because I'm not within an inch. So these Void Weaver against that. The 3s miss, and then I don't wound. So that is it. So Lucy, what do you now score? In fact,
Morale first.
yes.
Now wait, because I affect your morale because of Zara.
Yep.
Subtract the penalty shown in the model's damage table from above from the leadership of the enemy units within 6. She's lost 2 wounds, so I'm still at full. So you're minus another 2.
Yep. Now this works well for him because he's lost 2 this turn. So I would still automatically pass because if I roll a 6 I'd be fine. I now need a 4 or less to pass because of the minus 2. Fine. They lost 3. So I need 3 or less.
Even, is that minus 2?
Yeah, so I'm leadership 8. I lost 3, minus 2, so I'm minus 5. So I need 3 or less. It's 50-50, and I could potentially lose them both. I'm going to spend 2 command points for them to auto pass.
Right, you just roll now, see what it would have rolled.
Right there. Well, I don't get the command point back, but if that had been the 6, I'd have lost the squad, and they're worth keeping around because they've got fusion pistols. This guy lost only 1 this turn. Right, so Lucy does control this objective, so she actually scores 4 points for priority orders received, as well as secure objective 1. Master the Warp, she got 3 powers off, so she got D3 and she's just rolled a 2. And secure objective 2 is that one down there. So Lucy is on 5 points to my 3. and I'm instantly regretting moving as far forward as what I did. Let's see what cards I draw and see what we can come back with. Okay, so I've drew Scour the Skies, Big Game Hunter, Priority Orders received, me Warlord has to secure Objective 2. So, I've actually used the command point to automatically advance him 6 inches to make sure he gets right up there towards Objective 2. This is the bike that was in Combat with the Seekers. He's actually, sorry, he can't advance out. I'm thinking Sigma. He can obviously auto-advance and still charge. The Solitaire blitzed, and he rolled a double 1. 4 inches for his run, plus his 12-inch move, plus 3-inch disembark, gets him there, so he's going to try and take out the mask. The Death Jesters have come up here to hopefully try and take out the Herald. And the Warlord's Starweaver has landed here. Shadowseer's pulled back, we've got the 2 here with fusion pistols, hopefully going to do some damage to her. Drive-by fusion pistols with these, so I'm probably guess Lucy's going to increase her invulnerable save to a 3+. Interesting fact as well, I did forget to use a stratagem down here. When Lucy fell back, I can shoot her. And
that mean I'm just not letting him do it.
Do you know what? I want to see if I would have actually done anything. So I would have only hit 3 times. I would have wounded twice, and if you'd failed 2 saves, I would have killed him. No, so it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. But this one has now retreated and obviously gone after the Demon Prince to try and get me Scour the Skies and slay the Warlord. So loads going on, but this is now the end of the movement phase, Lucy. I'm going to spend 1 command point to bring the other troop through here within an inch of enemy units. So I'm going to basically put them all here to charge them Demonettes and go bye-bye Demonettes. Okay, so they're out, and I forgot to mention that he is retreated. Do I get the command point back for that? Why am I now rolling 6s when everybody else's Warlord trait is roll a 6, roll a 6, and I don't? Right, so Psychic Phase. Only got the 1 on the board. I'm going to cast the -1 to hit on my Troop Master that's up there. I get it on a 7.
I'll try and deny it.
Yep. She stops it on an 8.
Oh.
Now I'm going to cast Fog of Dreams on her, which is she suffers -1 to hit when she hits infantry.
Yep.
I get it on an 11. You need a 12.
Nah.
So she is -1 to hit when she hits infantry only.
Right. That's not your vehicles, is it?
No. Right. Shooting Phase. Let's start over here, see if we can kill him. Wow. They all hit. So that is an invuln. And 3 saves. So 3 3-ups. Drops into 1 and then 1 5-up invuln.
No.
Do you want to spend the command point to reroll
I know you
the
do.
3-up? So do I get the command point back? No. And unfortunately, that's the Demon Prince down. But I can probably hazard a guess at what's coming next, Lucy, as you can probably you. So in here is 5 fusion pistols. And there is 2. They're all going to be doing the same thing, so I'm going to shoot all 7 at her. So let's have a look. 5.
I will increase that.
Yep. So that's another command point used for Lucy, and another one that I don't get back. But you've still got Delightful Agonies on as well. So I only miss with 1. And these are strength 8, she's toughness 7, so I need 3s. Wow, that is 3 fails. Because I get 2d6 damage for every save that Lucy fails, I want to force more saves on her, so I'm going to command point that one for a wound. Do I get it back? No, I do not, so I'm actually now down to only 1 command point remaining. That's 4 3-up invulnerable saves on Zara. Goes through. You've already spent your command reroll.
I've got 6 up.
I have to roll damage, which is 2d6.
Right.
Pick the highest because I'm within half range.
1.
1 goes through, but it's 2d6. Pick the highest, so
okay.
you take 4 damage. You ignore 1, you take 3. So she's now down to 15 wounds. That could have gone better. But the important thing is, anything else I shoot at her now, you've still got that 3 invulnerable save. So as a result of that, shuriken cannons at them, both prismatic cannons at her, and the other shuriken cannon also at them. So we'll do all our off camera and come back in a sec. Okay, so all that small arms fire basically killed 1 demonette. I forgot to mention the demonette, Seeker. Lucy actually got a Seeker back in the morale phase. We rolled it off camera, she got a 1, so of course he came back. She did roll a 3, but she'd only lost 1 from the squad altogether. Pistols from these guys took out a couple of demonettes. The Void Weaver managed to take out the Hellflayer with the prismatic cannon. Yay for prismatic cannons. These two did nothing to Zara besides a couple of wounds.
And we've also, I was getting confused with Sigmar. In Sigmar, the Hellflayer does mortal wounds on the charge. In this, it's any other chariot.
Yeah.
So I forgot to do it with that one.
Which, again, might have made a small difference, but...
It's only 6, so...
Yeah. So, I've got this left to shoot, and the...
You've lost...
Troopmaster.
I lost 3 demons from that unit up next to the mask as well.
Yep. So, 1 fusion pistol from him at that. Hits. It wounds, 5 up in run. Fails it, and this is only D6 damage because I'm not within half range. For 2. So your Exalted Seeker Chariot drops 2 wounds, makes it now down to 10. So Lucy will grab a D10 for that. Next up though, this Star Weaver is going to shoot the Seeker Chariot here. Now it's only lost 1 wound, there's 5 left on it. So hopefully I can do some damage. Not when I roll like that. Toughness of the Seeker Chariot is 5.
Yeah.
3s. So 1 invuln save and 1 4+ save. Failed. Failed. So she's down to 3 wounds remaining. And the Death Jesters inside, I can pick them one at a time because they're all separate units. So the first one, he hits on 2s. So that is 1 4 up and 1 5 up.
5 up, 4. 5 up.
So you lose 1 more wound. Drops her to 2, and then I'll do the same again. In fact, no, I'm not. Both of them are going to target your Herald.
Okay.
All hit. Yeah. So I don't think the Herald on Steed has a better save. But either way, that is 5 up saves, Lucy. She passes 1. Because he's on a Steed over a normal Herald, he has 1 wound remaining because they have 5 wounds. So stays alive by the skin of his teeth.
Right.
That is not all my shooting. I have 2 things left to shoot. She's going to fire her hallucinogen grenade launcher at these.
Okay.
And I don't need to roll 2 dice, but that's to hit. I hit on a 2+. Now, their leadership is 10 whilst they're within range of her, isn't it?
No, 6 inches. Yes.
And I don't beat it. The Shadow Seer inside will do the same. That should have been 1 dice. She hits 10. She fails, so she does absolutely nothing. Charge phase. I'll attempt to charge with him back into this bike.
I'll watch for the sword binder.
No, that's Tau. That's Tau. No, and you can't lash whip because you're more than 6 inches away. So, other charges. Solitaire is going to charge the mask and the demonettes. Wow.
I can't see.
Double 6. So I'm going to go there. Then my Troopmaster. Wow, he rolls an 11. He's going to go there against both the Demonette and the mask. Yeah, he's there. Other charges. These 2 are going to charge. Oh, I don't want all these charges. I've just remembered what Slaanesh do.
What, always count as charge?
Yes.
So you'll not be getting all your way first.
No.
We count it up. Is it an odd number? Odd numbers work for you. Metal units charge.
See, I'm learning from because we're basically going to be alternating here like Sigmar. So yeah, sorry. So that's 1, 2. I might as well put a third unit in. So these will go against the Demonettes. And I roll a 4, so they should be able to get within reach. And then by the time they pile in. Okay, so decisions. Do I do any more charges? Don't think I do. I'd rather have the Overwatch and stuff than...
Right, but if you charge the Seekers, because I can only get in with a few of you to attack, it's very little attacks. So the chances of the Seekers taking that void wave that out is very low. So that'll block my path next turn to run straight ahead and get round the back.
Then if you retreat, you can't charge. Good plan, Lucy. I'm going to do it.
That's a lot less Overwatch for Lucy.
But yeah, thank you very much. I haven't played Harlequin since they actually announced the Codex. So first up, I'm going to go down here with the Great Harlequin. So he's got 5 attacks altogether, and I'm going to hit the Demonettes. 2s, re-rolling the 1s because of the Great Harlequin rule. They all. Yes. I am strength 5 with a kiss. No, I'm not. I'm strength 4, but I'm still wounding you on 3s, and I'm re-rolling because of my own. So that's only 4. 4 5-up saves. You lose 3 Demonettes. I'm guessing you're going to leave the banner.
Yeah. Your opponent must subtract 1 from any hit rolls in the fight phase that target a Demonette unit within 6 inches of the Slaanesh. Oh.
Right, I don't think I rolled any 2s because I hit on 2s. So I don't think I rolled any. If I did, I'm very sorry. So, how many attacks has she got? 5. And it's 2 damage apiece. You've got to get 3 through his invuln to kill him. 2s. Oh, 2 1s. What's her strength? 4. So you wounded me on 3s. 2 wounds. Do you want to spend a command point?
Make a wound roll of a 6 plus its thing you get -2. -4 instead of -2.
Don't care about your AP.
Yeah.
Do you want to re-roll that wound? If I fail all my saves, I've only got 1. There, so 3. Do I get the command point back? Nope. 1 goes through. So I take 3 wounds, dropping them to 2.
1 goes through?
Yeah, I've got 4 invulnerable save.
2 damage each.
Sorry. 1 wound goes through, so I'm down on 3 wounds remaining.
That could have been better.
Very, very close. So then, of course, I get to swing back. So guess who I'm going to go with, Lucy?
I wonder which one.
All of these. So he would get the pile to there.
Yeah.
Because you have to go within the closest one, I can get most of them actually in. So one of them's not going to reach, unfortunately. Right, so Lucy is going to use Aura of Acquiescence to basically have these all have -1 attack. They aren't charging, but it does mean that each of my troops now only has 3 attacks instead of 4, Lucy. Which is good for you. And one of them isn't in range, and there is 7 in that unit altogether. So that only gets me 21 attacks now instead of 28. And I've just realised they've all got different weapons. So we've got 3 kisses in range, and then 3 blades. So 1, 2, 3. So these are the kisses because these are strength 4. They miss, and then I'm wounding you on 3s. That is 6 invulnerable saves. So you lose 6. I've then got 2 with blades and 1 with an embrace. So the 2 with blades, strength 3, so I'm only wounding you on 4s. Oh, so 2 more.
Ooh.
Passed, and then 3 from the Embrace, which is strength 4 as well. 2 hits, 2 wounds, 2 5-ups. So how many was that altogether that you lost?
7.
7. I'm guessing you're leaving the banner.
Yeah, and the hero.
So
no,
1,
oh, you lost 2 on them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can leave the banner and the leader alive.
How many wounds she got now?
She's got 15.
Yeah, she's got 6 attacks.
So she hits on 2s.
Add 1 to the save. Oh, yeah.
So 2 misses.
Oh,
And then you're fishing for 4s, but 6s. Oh. Right.
And you think of a 4 plus is 3 mortal wounds.
Well, so there's 9 mortal wounds, plus my saves. I'm dead. Do I explode? Nope. Sneaky, sneaky.
I don't know what you're talking about. Literally, that just was when I was thinking.
It's unbelievable that you actually deployed her far enough back to not be within range of the fusion pistols, and yeah. What?
She always fights first in the combat phase, in the fight phase, even if it didn't charge. If the enemy also has units that are charged, or have a similar ability.
Just the Slaanesh rules.
Oh yeah.
Right, so I will now go back with the Solitaire.
Probably should have done that, but...
Yeah, I'm going to go back with the Solitaire now. Now he has got Sigarax Rose, which means this is on the mask. In fact, you know what? I'm going to split my attacks. I'm going to put 3.
You -1 against it.
-1 to hit. I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s then. So these are going to go against the mask.
No, against the Demonette that was.
Yeah, these are against the mask. So I still hit on 2s against the mask though, don't I? Right. And then the Sigarax Rose is strength 4. The mask is toughness
3.
Oh, thank God I'm re-rolling wounds because of that Troop Master. Oh, and Sigarax Rose gives me re-roll wounds anyway. So, 6 wounds at 3 damage each. Has she got 5 wounds?
Yeah.
5 plus just for being a demon.
6 5s.
She did. She'd take 15 wounds.
What? No! Look, that's all 5s and 6s, so you're blind.
She did. And then I've got 3 attacks against the Demonette. So 2s re-rolling 1s. 3s re-rolling 1s. So 3 hits. And then wounding on 3s re-rolling because it's infantry. So then at 2 on the Demonette. She double dead. She takes 6 wounds. Right, which means Lucy now gets to pile in and fight back with these girls. So you've actually got 5 attacks altogether there, Lucy, with the Demonettes. Oh my God. 1 hit.
I need to find a stratagem so I can reroll.
Your Demon Prince gives you reroll 1s.
Oh, no, he tells us.
But it does wound and gets you an extra attack.
No.
Which hits. Which also wounds. Now the 6 to wound is AP -4, but we don't care. You kill a Quinn.
Ha, teach you.
But that's important because now you're forcing us to take a morale at -2.
-2.
Exactly. And that is all the combats. So, morale phase. I lost 1. I'm leadership 8. I'm leadership 5. I'm leadership 6 -1 is 5. So I'll roll a 6 and another 1 runs.
How minus another 1?
Because I've just lost 1 model.
Oh, right,
So, here, you are leadership 10, you lost 7. You're actually fine.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Oh, right, what do I score?
I don't think I killed any Seekers.
No, I didn't. So, you don't get the roll because you don't...
No.
No, I did kill one. I kill 1 to shooting. So you get the roll. 6, she's still fine. So I get Scour the Skies. And I get priority orders received. So the score is 7-8 to me.
Yeah, plus you said the word for mine, the number for mine.
Yeah.
I was on 7, not 5.
So Lucy's drawn Scour the Skies, kill something with fly.
Look how the Harlequins are mostly flying units.
No prisoners. Kill something. 1 wound. 1 wound. Yeah. And blood and guts kill something in the assault phase. Well, tell me, Lucy, what does your army do?
It doesn't. Let you move all together, come on, back.
I don't think demons have anything like that. Right, psychic phase.
Movement phase. Moved a lot.
Oh yeah, that's basically gone there so she can shoot the solitaire.
And then
Or
charge.
actually, I forgot, characters don't block characters now, so you can actually target the troop master.
Do I still get Kingslayer points if I kill him? Even though you've already
You get Slay the Warlord, but you don't get the Kingslayer card.
Yeah.
So she can actually shoot him and then charge that Starweaver to try and get blood and guts. She can shoot that and then charge it that, which would do even more.
Just point out he's back up to 7 because he heals a wound every turn.
Yep. And then this is going to charge that.
I've pulled her around to try and get rid of that 1 wound. He's just a pest and he deserves it for what he did to my good demon.
So
Derek the Demon, naughty dad's name. Bit of a Danian.
Well, I could think of a few choice names to call him after he died.
And that's just mean.
Right, so psychic phase anyway.
Yeah, as you can see, Kendra moved up, so do the Seekers. Harold pushed up behind the Seekers to give them and the Demonettes +1 strength.
Which means you're going to be wounding the normal Quins now on 3s instead of 4s.
Yeah, now we've recapped, we will move on to Psychic.
Psychic. I'm guessing she's going to cast all 3 of hers.
Yes.
So Smite would hit the Void Weaver.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Depends on which order you want to do Smite, because one's on 5, one's on 6. I don't think it matters too much.
I'll just do Kendra on 5.
Okay. 6, I will try and stop that with a Shadow Seer. I don't stop it. So D3. Oh, 3 mortal wounds on that Void Weaver, down to 3.
Yep.
She's then got Delightful Agonies. Do you want to do that on your set on the Seekers or her? There's still a lot of fusion in here.
They can't shoot or they're in combat.
Bracken retreat and then shoot.
I'll do it on myself.
Okay. Your Pearl.
We will.
Whoa, but it does go off. I can't stop that.
Yeah.
You guarantee you're taking D3 mortal wounds.
I'll take the D3 mortal wounds, yeah.
You take 2, but you get your 6 up against that.
Oh, 2.
2, yeah. So you actually ignore 1, so it costs you 1 mortal wound to get that.
That's all.
But it means I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
And then she's got the other one. What's the other side of power?
Hysterical Frenzy.
Which is fight
Simply
again. No.
Oh, so, yep. So, oh.
You've got 2 Demonettes in combat. You can make them fight.
Yep, so 8.
She gets it. I need an 11 to stop it. Nope. So them 2 Demonettes now get to fight instantly.
So I'll get 5 hitting on 3s. 5 attacks in punch. Depends how something under that.
Now your 6s don't generate more because you haven't got the stratagem in play.
No.
You do get 1 wound.
Yep.
You kill a Queen.
I'll take that.
I'll take the one with the Embrace.
Right then, so 6.
Can't stop it, and that's D6 mortal wounds, Lucy. Now, it's her, which means the closest is them 2. So as long as you don't roll a 1, you kill the unit.
You ready to see 1? Oh!
You would have killed 4.
You wouldn't believe English was my first language sometimes.
Hey, it's been a long day, right?
Yeah. I'm on my 7th cup of coffee as well.
Right, so that was a productive turn, Lucy.
Yeah, I already scored some points.
For no prisoners, kill a unit. If you kill 3 units, you get D3. You've got 2 Skyweavers on 1 wounded piece as well.
I'm worried now though.
What?
Because them Seekers that charge that Void Raven, is it?
Starweaver.
Starweaver.
Yeah.
That can blow up.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's move on to shooting. I'm going to start with the Seeker Chariot. 1. Yeah, he suffered how many wounds?
Your ballistic skill is 3+.
Oh yeah.
So you hit.
Strength 4.
Toughness 3. I forgot shield from harm. You're at -1 to wound me round there. It's fine.
Wait, that'll cancel out how you were at -1 to hit me earlier and I forgot.
Yeah. Plus, your +1 strength means you're winning me on 3s. You're at -1 to wound me means you're back on 4s. So your Herald being there is actually beneficial.
Yeah. Right, so that was miserable.
Right,
We'll do
this one
one.
you probably don't want to shoot because don't you want to get blood and guts?
Does it have to be in the
Assault phase. No prisoners, you only have to kill 3 units across the entire game turn. No prisoners, if you kill 3 in the assault phase, you get D3 victory points. So she could kill that, he could kill that, and she's probably going to take that. That would be 3 units dead and 3 in the assault phase.
Yeah, and he can charge that.
Yeah, which means you've got a good chance of scoring 2D3 here.
You are correct. Decisions to
I honestly, I wouldn't shoot it.
Right, I'm going to shoot the Soul Grinder.
So he's got a bombardment.
I'll do the Harvest Cannon first.
At this.
Yeah.
You're -1 to hit me. Your ballistic skill is 5+ at the minute.
Yeah, because he's only got 7.
Next turn he'd be back up to 4+.
Yeah.
So 5s to hit. You get 1 hit. Strength.
7.
So I'm toughness 5s to 3s. That's a wound.
-1.
And that's a
D3.
failed save. 2 drops that 1 to 4.
Heavy D6 for the Phlegm.
Bombardment.
That's
5
better.
shots. This is the 3 each one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the one I was saving a reroll for if I had to. So you're only 2 hits. Strength.
8.
So still 3s.
Oh.
It's not worth necessarily doing a reroll unless you want to inflict more damage now, because it's not going to kill it.
In the shooting corner.
No, in the shooting phase.
Oh, I thought I did.
No.
That was horror.
Because you've only got 2 command points left. I've only got 1, and you probably want to save 1 for a failed charge and 1 for a failed damage or save. So
I'm going to charge.
I'm guessing he's going in there.
Yeah. But
So
I'm going to do my, because I missed it last. Oh no, I didn't actually get a chance for it last turn.
what?
The 2 chariots do the mortal wounds on a.
Well, exactly.
charge.
So you might get to do it now.
I will go with the Soul Grinder first.
So I get no hits, and with a 4 he makes it in.
Yep. This Seeker Chariot. Oh.
You make it in regardless.
Yeah, I forgot he had Overwatch.
But I forgot I've been playing this as shuriken cannon since the turn 1. It's now shuriken cannon, it's a haywire cannon. So I get 6 shots. I get 2 hits. And I get 1 wound on the 4. Oh wait, no. Is it toughness 4 or 5?
Seeker Chariot's 4.
Right, I only actually.
Toughness 5.
I don't even wound.
Oh.
I roll a 4 and a 3.
Right, I rolled a 5 anyway.
Right, so do you roll a 6 for the mortal wound? Oh yes, of course she does. Of course. So that's 1 thing killed in the assault phase. This one's charging that?
Yep. Do you want Overwatch?
Yes I do. This one does have a shuriken cannon. And I get nothing. Oh look, it's in.
Oh, yeah, Kendra.
Who's she going for? The Void Weaver?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 shots with the shuriken cannon. 2 hits. 1 wound, 2 wounds, 1. Your AP doesn't matter. So 2 4 invulnerables. And then 6 up. Nope, so she takes 1 more wound. She's lost 7 altogether. She rolls a double 1, but she still makes it in regardless. These.
Yep.
So 6 shots with the shuriken cannons, and I get nothing. Oh look, you ran even further. So I'm guessing you're going to go all the way around to there.
Your guess correct.
And I of course will heroic intervention.
That I know I don't play a lot of 40k, but never.
Oh,
really
do you
seen that.
want to declare a charge against the Shadow Seer as well? I should have asked.
Yes.
Right. So she'll get Overwatch. I'll do the grenade launcher. No. So yeah, by that means you can actually get all the way around. 5 attacks plus 5 from her.
Oh no. And +1 to her charge. 7. +1 to everyone's charge, by the way. Don't
No, that's Sigmar.
No, it's not. I've just got it in here.
Is it? Either way, you made it with a 6.
Oh, it's sorry, it was on the mask of Slaanesh. It is a special.
Yeah, and then all the horns give you +1 to the advance and charge as well.
Okay, it wasn't even that. I have it somewhere.
Right, so down here, the Soul Grinder. Despite Lucy using a reroll to get an extra wound with the sword, I did pass one of my vulnerable saves, which means this Starweaver is on 1 wound. Of course, this guy managed to take out the Voidweaver, Starweaver even. The Solitaire did heroic intervention, so at least I will get a swing with him.
It's the Locus of Grace.
Locus of Grace. I don't know the Slaanesh ones, I only know the Khorne ones. So basically, she did actually get an extra 2 attacks with the Demonettes and 1 extra attack with the Steed, leaving just 3 Harlequins left alive.
Yep, hope so, but never mind.
And then Kendra has just rolled this to Kendra, Zara. Yeah.
It's on a 4+, it's so does 3 mortal wounds instead. Yeah, that was me.
Yep. So that's gone. Now.
Does it explode?
Oh yeah.
Does everything explode actually?
That doesn't.
What about this one up here?
I forgot about that one as well.
So did I.
No.
No.
Lucy has activated the banner, the Ratchet Standard.
Yep, and I've jumped ahead.
Yeah.
I've already rolled me in these at the reroll because these were the misses.
These are the Demonettes against the Voidweaver.
Yeah, so 2 out of 14 miss, that's not bad.
Yep, your strength 4 because of the +1 because of the Herald, so it means you're still only wounded on 5s, but you're fishing for 6s for extra attacks. Oh, there's a few extra attacks.
I'm hitting on 5s, aren't I?
Wounded on 5s, yeah, so all them fail.
Ooh, that's ugly.
But you do get an extra 4 attacks.
Yeah.
And then 5s. So no, just the 4. We'll keep them to one side, because obviously we'll know how many saves I need to make. Now you've got all them again from the actual Steed.
Yep.
Now we'll gladly take a few bad rolls here. You know,
but I can reroll all my hits.
Reroll all your fill hits because of the standard. And then fishing for 5, 6s generating extra attacks.
Yep. Come on, please do better. That's better.
How many saves? 4, 5 more. Right, so that's more saves than I want to make.
9.
4+. What? How many is that?
You save 4. 5.
It's on 1 wound.
They got 6 wounds.
Starweavers and Voidweavers have 6 wounds. That is it. But you could now kill me Shadows here. So you've got 5 attacks because of the Herald. And the leader and the banner. 2 misses, re-rolling. Fishing for 6s.
Come on, all 6s. Come on. It can be done. Yeah, 1.
1 extra attack, but that's still 3 wounds.
Yeah, thought so.
The 3 would wound because of the +1 strength,
Yeah.
but because of the -1 shield from harm ability. So how many was that?
3.
Just the 3.
-1, but you don't.
Take 1 wound. You've now got 4 attacks with the Steed. Reroll the hit.
Oh yeah. How can I just forget that?
And then nothing. Unbelievable. The Shadow Seer takes a single.
From the spirit of Slaanesh shouted out to me, "You see her death," and yeah.
She's the seer, not Slaanesh.
Hey, he's not here to dispute it, so he can be whatever I want.
The important thing is, Lucy, not only did you kill 3 things, you killed 3 things in combat. 1, 2, 3.
And I killed something with fly.
Yep, so she gets 1 point for fly. She gets D3 for blood and guts for killing 3 things in the assault phase, but, and she rolls a 3. And then she gets an additional D3 because she had to kill 3 things, but she did kill 3 things in... Wow. So she scores another 7 points, puts you at what, 14 now?
Yeah.
Lovely. To my 7?
8.
8, and I don't have that much left. I need to really make a massive... I'm sorry, I forgot to do something, Lucy.
You haven't attacked back yet?
No, I haven't, and I've only got the Solitaire and... Oh, I've got these,
You've
actually.
got all that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So the Solitaire, he rerolls 1s because of the Great Harlequin up next to him. And then I'm only strength 4, your toughness 5 on the Exalted. But I re-roll failed wounds because of the Troop Master. Oh my god!
I can't see that bad or good.
5. And each one's D3.
Any AP?
-1. So
I'm
it's
on
5.
5.
Law of averages should kill you.
That's...
There's 3. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. 12, 13.
That was my worst roll ever, would you say?
Agreed. Absolutely worst roll ever.
Dear me.
And he did roll pretty well there, to be honest. That's a really awkward model, isn't it?
What, to pick up or to play with?
Both. I then get 3 attacks back with a Shadow Seer, and of course I am going against the Seekers. All hit.
You're minus... No, you're not. Are you? Yes! Wait. My spells. Psychic.
Yeah, I'm -1 to hit. But I still hit anyway because I hit on 2s normally. That's 1 wound loose on your invuln. Which she passes, and then the Starweaver. The 5 and 6 hit. Strength 4, that's 2 wounds. I wound a Seeker after all of that. And I forgot about these as well, actually. So, the one with the kiss and the one with the embrace is going to attack your Herald. But I'm not at -1 attack now, am I? Because that was your stratagem last turn.
That's just what I'm looking for.
So 4 attacks with a kiss. Oh, the kiss fails to wound. Next up I've got the embrace with 4 attacks. Or 3 hits. And that's only 1 wound. 1 wound on your Herald. He makes it. And then I've got 4 attacks with the kiss and the Demonettes. 3 hits. Strength of force and wound you on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Kills the Demonettes. I'll take that. I will take that. So, Lucy obviously scores all of those points. Morale tests. I lost 3 of them.
And you're -2 from Kendra.
Yep, so
Zara.
-5, so I need a 3. I roll a 5. The other, well, 2 of the others run.
Woohoo!
I'll take that one actually, because I'll leave that one in combat so I can shoot my pistol.
Oh.
I mean, not that it really makes a difference, but... And I don't...
No, you've still got to fight with him.
I do. So I hit once. I don't wound.
So that is end of my turn 2. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've still got some stuff left. I've still got some teeth.
Yeah.
Through domination, psychological warfare, and big game hunter, I think I can do it, Lucy.
Domination?
Domination. I genuinely think I can get it at this point in the game.
What is that again?
Control every objective. Death Jesters have leapt out, so I automatically gain this one because I've got more models than you within 3. Big Game Hunter, I've got to kill him. Now, I was contemplating spending my last stratagem on Haywire Grenade, which is D3 mortal wounds. But when I did the rest of my measurements, this Starweaver retreated out of combat. It's within 3 inches of this one, and the tip is within 3 inches of Zara, so that I could get me 2d6 damage on the fusion pistols and hopefully take that out. She's retreated from combat now. Had she been able to advance, could have gotten over there. But that troop is going to have to basically make sure that that Herald dies. And he will secure that objective himself because he has objective secured. So that one guy secures that. Seekers have fast attack, I believe. And then the Solitaire I've had to spend my last command point to make sure he ran 6 inches to get up to there. So, Psychic phase first. I want to cast Smite. And I've just realised I forgot her -1 to hit. Oh, you never hit infantry anyway. I roll a 5. Lucy stops it. I'll then go for...
Twilight Pathways.
I haven't got it.
Oh.
I didn't take it. She's got Mirror of Mind, and I could have done some damage to her had she gotten out. The problem was I couldn't disembark her. Actually, I could have moved her first, then put me true Shadow Seer out, and then...
I'll let you go back and do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Where is my Shadow Seer?
Yeah,
She's up here.
So just that. Nice.
Right, so basically, the Void Weaver was there. I disembark 3 and place her there, an inch away from them. Thank you. So...
You automatically fail though, the spell.
No, don't. I get it off on a 10.
Okay.
Lucy fails. Oh, sorry, this is a Zara, by the way. I'm sure I took Mirror of Minds.
You're not sure? I would rather.
Oh, yeah, she had Mirror of Minds and Webway Dance, which is a 6-up feel no pain.
Right.
So, that does go off. So, this is now the fun part. Let's dice off. You take 1 mortal wound, you've got a 6-up ignore damage. So that's, she now lost an extra 1, and then dice off again.
Oh!
You take another 1 if you don't roll a 6. So, yep, and then we dice off again, Lucy.
Huh.
Yeah, you stop the spell. Still, that was 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah. I don't like that.
And then she will cast the dance one on a 10, which gives me a 6-up feel no pain, essentially.
Right, kind of still got another one, but...
She does, yeah. 9, so it doesn't stop. Right, shoot, sting, face. 5 fusion pistols at her. You have 1 command point left. You can't increase her invulnerable save, but it does mean you can get a reroll if you want.
But I've still got my 6 up.
You still get 6 up. I hit with 4. I'm wounding you on 3s. I wound you with 3. You've got 3 4-up invulnerables. You fail 1.
How much damage is it first?
2d6, pick the highest.
How many wounds you got left?
She has lost, she lost 3. She's down to 11.
Go on, Commander. Yes!
Damn. Oh, not what I wanted. Right, everything else is now pouring into her.
Oh. Look at all them pretty seekers though.
In fact, I'm going to go here first because then it depends what I'm shooting them at. Because if I get big game hunter by killing that, I'll leave her and go for the seekers. So,
She'll get my mouth shut.
shuriken cannons from that.
Yep.
All hit.
Ooh.
And I don't wound. And then the shuriken cannons from the 3 jesters.
Maybe we should have true master nearby.
No, because it doesn't count in shooting phase.
Oh.
So you've got 1 4-up and 1 5-up.
4. 5 up. 4 goes through.
Yep, so you take 1 wound.
What's next?
What's next is 12 shuriken cannons at Zara.
Oh, come on.
So she's toughness 7, isn't she? 2 saves. Prismatic cannon, I'm going to do the D3 shots. For 2. 1 hit. It wounds. She fails, it's D3. 3 damage.
So 3 6-ups. 2 4 2.
Which means she's now down to 9 wounds remaining.
Yep.
Okay. He'll shoot his pistol at the herald while he's in combat.
Yep.
Hits.
Ooh.
Doesn't wound.
Anything else?
The Shadow Seers will each shoot their hallucinogen grenade launchers at these.
So you're not going to get rid of them 9 wounds.
Nah.
Missed.
But 1 hit, leadership 10. No, so nothing. Solitaire, death, and thing me way out of the league. So I'm now actually going
What
to.
about that board waving up there?
No, that shot at her.
Oh. Charges?
Yep, I can charge back in with the Shadow Seer.
Yep.
So I'm going for the Herald. And I'm in, but what I'll do is I'll actually go that side.
Okay. What's that on the table?
Where?
Oh,
It's a stone. She will also charge because she can. She will also go that side.
Yep.
So.
Now you just moved off the objective.
No, I haven't, because that's the troop that's holding it. Well, yeah, he's got it anyway, as long as he doesn't die. So I have to kill your lord first. So he has to go for. Oh, sorry, charges. Yeah, this will charge. Oh no, it's on 1 wound. Death Jester will charge him first.
Overwatch.
Yep. Harvester Cannon, heavy 3.
Yep. 6 hit.
One hit.
Strength.
I don't know, where is it?
What's your toughness?
3.
Toughness 7, so 2s. -3, -1, sorry.
Pass me and run.
And D6. 3.
This is for the phlegm bombardment.
Yes, it is.
2 hits. Ouch.
8.
2s. He's 5.
Oh,
Charge.
No.
6. Next one will charge. 10. Next one will charge. 11. Starweaver will charge. 7. 3 even. I can't count. Right. First of all, then, I have to go with him first because I can't afford for him to die. And of course, Slaanesh means we are alternating.
We are.
Strength 4.
-1 to hit.
Is it -1 to hit? Yeah.
I'm sure I put the. Oh, it's the end.
Is what's the toughness of the Herald? Is it just 3?
2 seconds. Did you miss them all?
No. I only wounded with 1.
Are you sure? Oh, can I find them? Herald. Oh, it's Herald. It's toughness 3, strength 4.
Yep. So 1 wound.
Any? Oh, it doesn't matter.
-1, but you don't care.
Boom.
Yes! Yeah!
Oh.
So now you're going to go back with him?
Yes. Oh, just move his page as well.
You could either attempt a Death Jester, or you could probably go for the Void Weaver and then hope that I blow it up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And I think I'm going to go with the Warp Claw this time for 10 attacks.
Well, no, it would only be 6, wouldn't it? Because you've only got 3 because of your wounds. Because of your wound bracket, you've only got 3 attacks now.
Yeah,
So it's still 6 attacks. And your weapon skill is 4+.
Yep. 5+.
No, it's your ballistic skill.
Yes, it is. Good job you're here.
3 hits. Strength of the claw.
It is user.
And what strength is he? 6?
8.
8. So you're winning me on 3s.
Yeah, so it's -2 for D3 damage each.
Goes through. I've only got 1 wound, 2, but no.
He blows up.
It doesn't.
He blows up.
It doesn't. I swear.
There.
It really doesn't.
It's there, and then oh look, he's done 3. He's done 6. Well, 2 6s for your Death Jesters. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 Death Jesters.
So you've getting 3 more wounds on all your Death Jesters and just 1 on mine.
Guess what though?
Try.
Starweavers only do 1 mortal wound when they explode. Yeah.
So next.
3 Death Jesters. Death Jesters have 4 attacks apiece, so it's still 12 attacks coming in. But I'm only strength 3. I don't get any bonuses, Lucy.
Oh, that's good.
What toughness is he? 7.
Yeah.
I need 6s to wound. So 2s to hit. That is ridiculously bad. And then 6s to wound. 2 wounds. So he takes 1. Drops him to 5.
Yep.
And that.
And you do spot domination.
Thank you. And I don't get Big Game Hunter either. I'm still going to keep it. I'm going to discard Psychological Warfare because you're going to keep them within range of them. Chewing through that many wounds is going to be hard. But Domination is 3 plus D3.
Ooh.
So I get 5 points just for that. How many was I on? Was I on 7? I was on 8. I'm now on 13 to your 14.
Yep, and it's my turn.
Whoa!
Wow.
So this is definitely some form of heresy, Lucy.
I can score all 3 by killing 1 person.
Witch Hunter, Kingslayer, and Assassinate. If she does it, that is an automatic 4 victory points. Because
on top, do you mean?
No. So you get 1 for Witch Hunter, 1 for Assassinate, then Kingslayer is minimum of 1, but you have to kill me Warlord, get you Slayer the Warlord as well. So that's a minimum of 4. If she kills
I have
Shadow Seeker Kalia.
I've wrapped everything round and moved Kendra. Zara, why am I calling her Kendra all of a sudden?
Because you like to call her Kendra, but it's Zara Kniel.
Yeah. So, I haven't, and the only other thing I've done is pull this Seeker Chariot round to. I've just looked. It looks really like that tongue is trying to get.
That's lifting his cloak up. Interesting enough, you can shoot this weapon.
Exactly.
It counts as a pistol.
I've not pulled him out.
Now, she thought about it, but she'd rather have the extra attacks and try and kill a Death Jester.
Yeah.
So, basically, Zara has run round the back to, and then surrounded by Seekers. Interestingly enough, right, normally, I wouldn't be able to get out of this. However, if I do survive, Lucy, I just move out the way. Because flip belts. But I've got to actually survive. So, first things first. Psychic.
Goodness.
Smite. Lucy's got no command points left. I want no command points left.
So, the boost's gone.
Yep, you've only got one smite.
Right, so, 5s.
Doesn't go off.
Yeah, that was why I plunked my hand down.
Delightful Agonies.
I'm changing
On her or the Seekers, though?
Ooh, Seekers. 5. Thank you.
Gets it. And then you have... I might as well. Nope. He's back on 6 wounds because he generates a wound back.
Yeah. Hysterical Frenzy.
It can only be cast on him.
Right. 8.
Woohoo! So now your Soul Grinder gets to fight.
Do you want to try and stop?
Oh yeah. Thank you. No, I don't stop it.
So, I will do the 6 attacks again.
With the claw.
Yeah.
4s.
Yeah.
Not bad. 2s. And I presume this was all on one Jester to try and kill him.
Yes.
And what's the damage?
D3.
There's 2, so if you roll well enough, you could kill one.
3.
4 wounds, he's got 5. Now, which one was it?
Oh.
Blue, green, or purple?
Blue.
So blue is on 1 wound remaining. Now you can elect to shoot your pistol.
That's what. It's not pistol.
The whips count as a pistol at that 1 wound Death Jester if you want to try and kill it.
I will do.
So assault D6.
Yep.
2 shots.
Ew.
3s. And then it's strength 4. I'm only toughness 3.
So
3s. 1 wound. That's a 2. You kill 1 Jester, Lucy.
I certainly do. Woohoo!
Right.
Charges.
Yes.
Zara.
She gets it in, but I'm going to Overwatch with my hallucinogen grenade launcher.
I was hoping you'd forget that.
Nope.
Seekers.
At the troop and the war. That's a peril.
No, it's not. That's only on you.
Hallucinogen. Misses. And then Sheraton Pistol. Misses.
And this chariot.
She rolls an 8.
So, I'm going with everything first. Kendra, 6 attacks.
Are you putting all 6 at 1? At just her?
No, I'm going to split 3 and 3. 3. This is going to be the 3 against the king's.
Well, why don't you put 5 at the warlord and 1 at the troop?
Yeah, 4 and 2. Even.
The troop's only got 1 wound, but.
Okay. Right. So this is the 5 at the
warlord.
Yeah.
So 1 misses. To strength 7, you wound on 2s, but you drop the 3s, so the 2 2s fail.
But that's 6 mortal wounds.
I'm not dead though.
There you go there.
I cast the 6 up, feel no pain last time.
Oh, you did.
But I need to pass 2 to survive. She's dead. And then the one on the troop hits and kills him.
And the Seekers will go against the other.
Yep, so you're only going to get 6, 7, 3. You're only going to get 7 in, so 14 attacks.
Isn't there 1 not my hero?
Yes, sorry.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Are you ready?
Yep, hitting on 3s. Ouch. strength 4.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. You're strength 3. So you'd wound me on 4s, but you're a -1 to wound me, so 5s.
6s.
No.
No.
Because you haven't used your stratagem. 5s and 6s.
Yeah, it's easier just to take.
Is that 4?
3.
There's another 5 there. 4.
4.
And then you might as well do the same amount of attacks again for the tongues.
Yuck. That's even worse. Worse, I tell you.
Strength 4, so you'd be wounding me on 3s, drop to 4s. So
Yeah, that's good.
6 plus the 4.
10.
Yeah,
Minus 20,000.
I think I'm dead now.
You never know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And is that turn, Lucy?
No.
No, because you've now got the soul grind. Oh no, it has to be this one first, because it's all charging units first, even though you've got that rule, I think. Seek a chariot.
5 attacks. 3, 4.
We're there. How are you splitting these? Do you want one to go after one jester, or do you want the whole chariot just to attack one? You're probably best off just a whole attacking one.
I'll do 1, and I'll do the green one. Blue 3s.
You are strength 3 or 4?
4.
4, so you're wounding me on 3s.
Oh, 4. No way, does not work yet.
That is 3 wounds through, but then you've got 4 attacks from the steeds. All hit. Strength 4, so wounding me on 3s. That's 4 more. And I'm dead. The soul grinder.
Should I do... I'm gonna 3 or 6.
6 is D3, so you've got more chance with 6. I think you've got more chance of hitting.
Because even if I all hit, yeah. 2.
4's to hit, 2's to wound.
5's to hit. 5 to 7 wounds on ballistic skill. That's not ballistic skill, it's 4's. So weapon skill.
Very nice. 2's to wound.
Ah.
1 goes through for D3 wounds. For 3, leaves him on 2. So, that is the end of the turn. Lucy's...
It's not.
Why?
Because you get hit me back with that one death jester.
I'll go for the chariot. So they all hit. I'm strength 3. Chariot's toughness 5 or 4.
5.
I get 2 wounds.
Woohoo.
4 save. You lost 1. You're down to 1 wound remaining. Right. So Lucy scores Witch Hunter, Assassinate, and Slay the Warlord for 3 more points, putting her on 18 now. Because you want 14.
Yeah.
Plus 1 plus D3.
18, 19, 20, 21.
Area Denial, Psychological Warfare, and Big Game Hunter. Which means I'm basically going for this blob here.
Yep.
So the Trip Master's moved 8 inches. He's not within 3, so I won't get the double D6 damage. But the troops have disembarked from here and then move forward. 2 of them can get within range of Zara. The rest of them can't. But I've actually just realised, Lucy, I haven't actually moved this forward, so I'm going to then move it after I've disembarked, basically to charge to get an extra few attacks. To try, even if I do 1 wound, it's worth it.
And you saw the towers come pulled up as well.
Yep, straight behind there. So.
That boy has jumped down.
And the Death Jester's retreated because he's still going to get the shoot and charge anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Shooting
phase. Nope. 2 fusion pistols at him, and the other 3 at them. Her. 1 hit. 1 wound. 1 4-pin run loose.
Is this it? 6 up.
No, damage.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, it was D6 with 2. 2 6-ups. She ignores 1, she drops another wound. So she was down to 9.
8.
She's down to 8. I've then got the 3 fusions into the Seekers. So 1 hit, 1 wound.
Yep.
And then 2d6, pick the highest. 2.
So that's
Just.
Seeker gone.
Which one do you want to remove?
This one.
That's the banner.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry, there's 2 banners. So that's fine. We didn't specify which one was the one that you paid for, so we'll say it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death Jester. At her.
She's got the name.
Zara. 1 miss. 5s. 1 wound. 4+. 6 up. I know how this is going. Troopmaster's Fusion Pistol. Hits. It wounds, that's a 6. 4 up. See how this is going.
Oh no, that's not shooting.
Right. I don't think I'm going to get through 8 wounds with her now. I need to do a lot more than that. So I'm going to try and force the morale on these.
Okay.
So this Void Weaver will shoot at them. So that is 3 wounds. 1 takes a wound.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next up I'm going to put the shuriken cannons into... I need to go for her, she's got 8 wounds.
Which is what is from the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to go for these.
Okay.
So 1 miss, looking for 2s. Yep, 4 wounds.
3 go through.
So that kills that one and 1 more. So is that 2 that you've lost so far? Or did I kill 1 earlier? Right, just for purposes of morale.
Mm-hmm.
And then the heavy D3 shots, or assault D3 now rather, 3 shots. 2 hits. It's strength 6, so that's 2 wounds. 2 4-ups.
Yay!
5 ups even for you. Right, charge phase.
Yep.
These are going to charge the Seekers. I don't know why I rolled 3, but even with a 5 they're in.
Yeah.
Solitaire is going to charge. 6 inches.
Troopmaster?
I want to, but I figure you're probably going to kill him and I need the reroll wound aura. He's going to charge the Seekers.
Right.
9, that's what I was kind of hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
So I can charge 9 over to here.
So that blocks your Void Raven, which makes it need a bigger charge.
No, I'm just going in there. But what I'm going to do is when he charged, he's actually coming right around to here.
Right.
So then I'm within 6 to get the rerolls. And then the Void Weaver, Star Weaver even, is in there. So,
Who are you going with first?
the Seekers will make a mess of the Harlequins. You're probably going to end up killing me Solitaire. But I need to kill these. I should have put everything at them. This is going to cost us badly now. So I've got Caress 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks with the Caress. Can I have 10 dice, please?
Purple or pink?
Purple. So these are the Caress, all at the Seekers. So I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the Great Harlequin. There we go, so 1 miss. The Caress is strength 5, Lucy.
Yep.
And I'm re-rolling failed wounds because of the Troopmaster. Please make 4, 8, 12 5-up invulnerable saves, and each one is 1 damage. So you passed 4. So that's 8 wounds go through, killing 4 Seekers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you're leaving the banner.
And the hero.
3, 4, and lose the horn.
The one behind it.
Which one's the hero? Is it that one?
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's 7 I've killed.
Yep.
Now I'm guessing you're going back with Zara. before the Solitaire has his way with her.
Yeah, because that's...
Has his wicked way.
Yeah, so 6 attacks. Oh, I'm gonna have to think because
Oh yeah, I think she's only got 4 attacks now. Because of how wounded she is. I might survive. I doubt very much I'm going to survive this, but yeah, it was probably a very bad idea to do that. But I was getting greedy, trying to go for big game hunter. I should have just gone straight for the Seekers, I reckon.
So how many wounds has she got
She's got
left?
8 left.
Well, she gets 5 attacks.
Aww, all at the Solitaire.
Yeah.
2s. And then 2s.
2s again.
Strength 6 and toughness 3. Maybe strength 7 and toughness 3. Oh! Well, that's 6 mortal wounds anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's dead. That's horrible. That's really horrible, Lucy. I don't like that.
I love it.
Now you get to, I get to pile in an attack with the Troopmaster. So he has, well, the Great Harlequin, he has 5 attacks. You know, 2s, re-roll, and 1s because of the Great Harlequin. So they all hit. It's a kiss that he's got rather. So 3s, re-rolling because of his own ability. That is 5 saves, -1, which I don't care, and each one's D3.
Oh no.
So 3 go through, so I have to do these one at a time. So 1, 2, that kills 1. I have to roll a 3 or a 4 here to kill the squad, which I don't want to. Yeah, kill the squad. I was trying to get psychological warfare, but then again, you probably, knowing me, you would have rolled a 1.
I'll just double check. No, I rolled a 6.
So, I don't score. Oh, I forgot to charge a Death Jester, but never mind. I don't score anything. I don't score psychological warfare. I don't score area denial. I don't score big game hunter. I now have to discard psychological warfare because Lucy's got 3 units left. So I will discard that.
Yep.
So on to Slaanesh, turn 4. Lucy's drew secure objective 5, which she's not going to be able to get to. Dominion of Chaos and secure 3. She could get to 5 if she'd ran Zara right over there. But she wants to try and basically kick me off this objective here. So the Seeker Chariot on 1 wound, I might add, has come up here to try and lend Zara a hand. Soul Grinder gets a wound back, so he's back to 7.
Yep.
If anything, he's been resilient.
Oh, he's got shooting as well.
Yes, he does. And oh look, there's a character, the closest. But you could technically target the troop as well.
Yeah.
So.
Smitey Whitey.
Yep. And of course.
Troops.
Yep. 5 goes off and I can't stop it. And she kills 2. So I will kill the one with the blade and one of the caress. It doesn't really make much difference at this point. And then you've got Delightful Agonies, which is 6 up, feel no pain on yourself.
Yep, 5 again.
She gets it. Cool.
So I can't do Hysterical Frenzy because nothing else is actually in combat. So we move straight on to shooting.
The D6 shots.
Oh.
Every time, Lucy?
Yeah.
1 or a 2. You hit. You wound. 4 up. And I pass.
Oh.
So harvest the cannon, 3 shots at the troop. 5s. And you miss.
6.
Who are you shooting?
The troops.
5 shots. One hit. And it fails to wound. Do you know what though? He hasn't done bad, he's been resilient. The problem that you've had with him is because as soon as I've gone below half wounds, he was hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
And then everything you shot at has -1 to hit. That's the only issue.
Back above.
Nah.
Right, and so charges.
Yep.
Chariot at the troops.
Oh, really? Because I've got 3 fusion pistols.
Yeah. And they do?
Do you not want Zara to go first?
But you'll just kill her.
I might not. She's got a better chance of surviving.
Go on then.
Zara first. 1 hit. 1 wound. She passes. So see, I would have killed that there. So how far does she charge? She gets a 6. So right into there.
Yeah.
And then the chariot. 7. We'll go Zara first.
Yes.
She's got 5 attacks. 2s. And 2s. 2 are dead.
That's 6 mortal wounds.
Yeah, but they don't spill. Or do they?
Damage doesn't spill. But it's 3 mortal.
And it is target unit. That's even against hordes. That's brutal, Lucy.
Yeah.
Charge him a blob of 30 orc boys, please, and make Reese cry. So, what do you score? Well,
secure objective 3
and
the Dominion of Chaos. So,
are you keeping objective 5, or do you want to discard it to guarantee yourself 3 fresh cards?
I'll discard it, and it's D3 victory points
for the Dominion of Chaos.
Yeah. So 2 more, so 1.
3, 24. Right, so I've got Ares and Isle, Big Game Hunter, and Secure 6. So we jump back up there. Didn't need to advance to get it. So of course, Shuriken Cannons are going straight for Zara and the D3 shots.
Pull the Death Jester forward to Zara.
Yeah, I put the Death Jester on the other side of the Weaver so that he can't target him. And he is hitting him on 6s because of the -1. Well, no, because your 7 wounds is still ballistic skill 5.
7. When I go up 8, I'll be on 4s.
So then she'll be dropping. Either way. So, Shuriken Cannons from the Void Weaver. 2 misses. This game has been unbelievable. Oh! 2 saves, Lucy.
Who's this one?
Zara. And then 6 up ignore damage. Drops it to 6 wounds. D3 shots. I get 2. A hit with both. I don't wound.
Excuse my 1.
Fusion pistol from the Troopmaster. He hits. He wounds 4+, Lucy.
Just 1.
Just 1. No! And then the Death Jester hits everything. 2 wounds. The problem I've now got is I need rid of that other model, right?
Okay.
So all 3 Shuriken Cannon shots are going against that.
Oh.
All 6, sorry. Just as well. 3s. So 2 wounds. You've got 4 save.
Yes.
No! Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Okay. Charges. He's going to charge that.
Yep.
So D6 shots. 5, 6s to hit.
It's the most I've ever gotten from it.
I know. 1 hit. Doesn't wound.
No.
Nope, I'm toughness 5, your strength 4. So he's going to go there.
Yeah.
Troopmaster's charging Zara.
Yep.
So I'm of course going first with the Troopmaster. He's got 5 attacks. He hits with all of them. He's wounding on 5s because he's strength 5, but I'm re-rolling.
Yep.
1. It's not enough. I've got D3 damage apiece. Oh, it's only 2. So she has to fail both, and I need to roll a double 5 or 6. 2 saves. 3+. 1 goes through.
Wait, I've got my 6 up.
I have to roll the damage, which is 2.
Sorry.
2 6-ups. She's down to 5 wounds. I'll tell you what, I'll just remove him now, Lucy. Go on, 5 attacks. Oh no, she'll have even less now, won't she?
Possibly.
Nope, it's only when she gets down to 3 wounds. So she's still got 5. Hitting on 2s.
Couldn't split them, could I? Cause kind of
It's the only one that's in combat, so...
Wow.
3 mortal wounds. Yep. And he's only on 3 wounds anyway.
Oh. Is that Kingslayer?
No, you got Kingslayer earlier when you killed me Shadowseer.
Oh, yeah. Because you were saying all along here at the beginning. So
I know, because I forgot that he was.
Right, back to you.
Yep, so I got 3 attacks with the Starweaver. All hit. 1 wound. No AP, 4+ or you die. Yes! I've got 3 models left. Lucy has 2. And this is now going into turn 5 for Slaanesh.
Yes.
Let's see what cards Lucy draws. Right, so Lucy's drew Supremacy, Touched by the Warp, and Behind Enemy Lines. Supremacy she can't get because she's got 2 models. Behind Enemy Lines, technically she could move back and get it, but you're ahead on points. She wants to try and minimize the... Whoa!
No. I was going to move them forward for some stupid ass reason.
What, to charge him? Mm-hmm. But you can, because you would still control 1, which is more than me. Do you want to?
That means I'm -1 to hit the one.
And then -1 again.
Ah, no.
No, leave him there? Right, so, yeah. Psychic phase, smite. D3. Oh, I'm alive on 1 wound. And then Delightful Agonies. Yep, goes off.
6 fail no pain for me.
Shooting for him. Okay, so harvest the cannon.
I'm back up to 4s, but -1, so 5.
So the 5 hits. Strength 7. Doesn't wound. And then D6 shots with the Flame Bombardment.
Yeah,
4. 5s to get -1. Oh! 3s to wound.
Yes.
3. This is 3 damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I only take 3 wounds. Is Zara going to charge both?
Yes, no.
She might as well. She can probably tank 5 wounds hitting on 6s.
Yeah, go on.
1 hit. Doesn't even wound. Charge distance. Double 1. She still makes it though. Because there you go. So 5 attacks, Lucy.
2 at the Jester.
Yep.
3 at. I'll do the 2 in purple dice.
3 at the Weaver.
Yep.
1 each missing. Look at that, 666.
Yeah, see. Do that again, please. Huh. Yeah. Does a blow.
Yes. No. So she's on 5 wounds. And that means Lucy scores touched by the war. No. Yeah, touched by the war. Yeah, that's it. Because you successfully harnessed power.
I secure more objectives than you.
Yep. Because you've got... actually, yeah, you've got 2 and I've got 1 up there. Forgot about that.
So is that just 1 each?
Just touched by the warp, that's all you get. Do you want to discard any one of them? Well, you can't get supremacy, so you might as well discard that. So you've still got behind enemy lines. If the game continues, you could move forward.
Yep.
But because I went first, I get to continue the game on a 3+. Fantastic. Brutal game.
Wait, hang on. 6, 12, 18, 24, 25.
Plus I had 1 additional point, so 25-16.
Give or take.
That is probably the highest scoring game we've played in a very long time.
I think that's my overall highest scoring.
Do you know what? I made a very, very big mistake putting Star Weavers in front of your Seekers. I forgot just how fast they can move.
I may have tempted you into doing it.
True, but the turn where you kill 3 things in combat for no prisoners and blood and guts to get 2d3 was brutal.
Yep.
Do you know what? I think I had some unlucky rolls. You had some very good rolls. And I think that first turn didn't play to my favour because I lost the whole unit of fusion pistols.
Yeah.
And that was an expensive point.
Definitely. She was amazing.
She doesn't do that in Sigma though.
I've never tried one Sigma over there.
No, but she's brutal. I used her as a Keeper of Secrets last week. In an Apocalypse game which will be released next week. She was good, even just as a Keeper. But that, oh my god, why would you never run that?
Even for the price, she's worth it.
Yeah. I think, to be honest though, if you faced another army with a lot more multiple damage weapons like Space Marines with las cannons, I think she'd probably get picked out quite well. The thing with the Harlequins is obviously the fusion pistols had to get very close. Now, for me, the manoeuvrability of being able to move all of my Weavers 22 inches and still shoot without penalty
was wow.
Because I had the Soaring Spite.
Yeah.
And then to move me Warlord 28 inches in a Weaver and still shoot me fusion pistols out, I absolutely would have gone for a turn 1 if I could have gotten within range, but because of where you placed her, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I think the prismatic cannons are still a bit lackluster. The Void Weavers aren't quite worth it. I would absolutely, you know what I would do, Lucy? I would drop the 3 Void Weavers, get rid of the gate, which technically I'm not tabled because I've got this. Toughness 8, 14
You've still got
wounds.
that one up there as well.
I do on 4 wounds. What was I saying?
You get rid of the gate. But
I would-
against a non-fast, like there's no other apart from Harlequins. There's no other army half as fast as these.
No, these are probably the two fastest armies in the game.
So it would be worth it against something else.
I think that me and James were talking about as well. There's a couple of other mask forms which really pray to being troop heavy. For example, you can consolidate 6 inches. So imagine killing something and wrapping 6 inches into the next unit.
If it can take the hits, if that unit hasn't already gone.
And there's a lot of ways to protect the units.
Yeah.
Using the 1 command point stratagem to drop 12 Harlequins out of that in 1 turn is good if you go troop heavy.
Yeah.
For my list is very mechanized, which is why I like the Saw and Spite. But I would get rid of the Gate, I would get rid of the 3 Void Weavers, and I would take 3 Dark Eldar Ravagers and an Archon. They're not, but they're Eldari, so I can take them in a separate detachment. But yeah, I think Harlequin's very much improved, very, very fun, but still very fragile. Still don't like mortal wounds though.
No.
And yeah, she's horrible.
I do admit, when you're editing this, you need to make a moon counter.
How many mortal wounds she actually does.
Yeah.
I'll try and keep track of it. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the debut of CODEX Harlequins and CODEX Slaanesh.
Yep.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, you might see a little bit more of them, but we shall see, especially with the buffs and the changes to Age of Sigmar that are coming. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will see you again next time.